What's up, y'all? It's your girl Vona B, and I'm back with another video. And today I'm gonna bring you guys along as I make dinner. Here are the seasonings I used. I also went ahead and used raw honey and barbecue sauce. And don't forget, if you're new here, please give this video a thumbs up, comment, like, and subscribe. You want to start off with some clean, patted, dry chicken, and you're gonna drizzle some olive oil on top to help those seasonings stick. Now, it's very important to clean your chicken just for health reasons, and it's also important to dry your chicken. This helps the seasoning stick to the meat. Next, I went ahead and used my wooden spoon to toss the chicken. Sometimes I use my bare hands, sometimes I use gloves. It's all about how I feel, as long as you're washing your hands throughout the process. Now, I realized I did not add pepper, so I went ahead and added it, and I continued to toss. You want to continue to toss until the seasoning is all over the chicken. Now, I did see some feathers that I didn't pluck as I was cleaning them, so I removed them, and that's okay. This is how your chicken should look. Okay, if you need seasoning, add it. I did not measure, guys. I just used my ancestors. And this is the pan that I'll be using today. Now, you want to start off by adding like a tablespoon of butter, and you want to be sure that the butter is covering the bottom of the pan evenly. I also took some olive oil and drizzled just a little along with the butter, and you want to let that get just slightly brown before adding the chicken. Using those tongs, I went ahead and started to add my chicken. I suggest adding it with the skin part up. And you want to be sure that you're not overcrowding the pan. Even if you have a bigger pan than what I have, don't overcrowd the pan. This is so that the chicken is cooking evenly, and also so it don't take so long to cook. Now, as those were cooking on that side, I went ahead and started on my brown rice. You do want to clean your rice, guys, especially bagged rice. It says it on the packaging. Clean your rice. Now, I am using steamed broccoli. This can get steamed in a bag, but I will not be doing that. And this is how they should look when it's time to flip. You see how you can kind of see like the bloody specks? That's when I know, that's what I use to determine when it's time to flip. So now that this batch is done, I'm going to take them out and place them on the plate and get ready to add my next batch. You don't have to add any more butter here or olive oil. Just go ahead and toss your next round in. Now that all of the chicken is done, I went ahead and placed it all back into the pan, and I took the raw honey that I showed you in the beginning and I drizzled it all over evenly. Now, my pan isn't that big, but I laid them as flat as I could with each piece of chicken, having its own space on the pan, on the bottom of the pan, or even the side if I had to. Now, for my rice, after cleaning, as you can see straight through that water, guys. You want to rinse it at least 2 to 3 times. Brown rice don't have as much starch as white rice, so you don't have to really rinse it as much, but 2 to 3. And I added salt, pepper, and butter here. And once it gets that simmer is when you want to be sure that you add a lid. Okay, you want to add a lid and then turn your eye down on low. So I started it on high and I turned it down on low when it got like this. To my broccoli, I added Dan's seasoning, salt, pepper, and butter. This is how the chicken looked after being placed in the oven on 400 degrees for 5 minutes. This is how it looked after being placed in the oven for 10 minutes. I did flip them in between. Now, I'm going to put my barbecue sauce on there and be sure that I'm evenly rubbing the barbecue sauce in. And I placed it back in the oven for another 8 minutes, and this is how the chicken looked. And that's it, guys. You'll have some baked honey barbecue wingets that taste as if they came off the grill, with some broccoli that tastes cheesy from that Dan's seasoning, and some perfect brown rice. I do suggest trying out the Dan's seasoning collection. The seasoning one is my favorite. I use it for mac and cheese. Thanks for watching.